Well, let's bring in Ahmad Alili, who's the director at Caucasus Policy Analysis Centre. He's joining me live from Baku. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Mr. Alili. What's the overall Azerbaijan mission in this military action, and why now?
Well, I believe that what Azerbaijan believed that after the fourth four-day war in 2020, all the questions were resolved. So Azerbaijan saw that all the armed forces should leave, Armenian armed forces should leave Karabakh, and there should be no question about the Karabakh Armenians' reintegration into the Azerbaijani society, to the legal sphere of Azerbaijan. But then, after some times, it appeared that Armenia reads the same document in a different way. So there is a different reading of the same document, three-part statement, and as a result, for the last 3 years, Baku and Yerevan were talking about how to interpret the document they signed in November of 2020. As a result, after the 3 years of the negotiation process, I believe that the sides could not reach a diplomatic solution, and there was when Azerbaijani soldiers they got blown up by the landmines planted by the Armenian armed forces in Karabakh. So Azerbaijan decided to take an action.
Because you talked there about this long-standing ambition for reintegration. Some reports suggest as many as 20,000 residents from Karabakh have left or are trying to leave the area. I mean, how does that affect the reintegration plan?
That's I believe that we should read it from different perspective. Personally, those people who are living, and there are a lot of Azerbaijan journalists, they are interviewing them, and the most people say that the local community leaders, they force them out. So there is this issue. And I believe that those people, most of them interviewed by the Azerbaijan journalists, they confirmed that they would love to stay there and live together with Azerbaijan, and they were speaking fluent Azerbaijani, despite the fact that for the last 30 years, the Armenian, Karabakh Armenians, they had nobody next to them to practice their Azerbaijani, but their Azerbaijani were quite fluent, and that they were quite fluent in it. And also, I would say that when you see the people, they are living with the not very much. They are taking just themselves, and I believe that it's a sign that most of them they are willing to come back. You know, when some earthquake happens, nobody stays in an apartment, even when the earthquake is gone. So people stay at home for some time, then go back. So I believe that's what's happening in Karabakh right now. People there, they could not go to Armenia for the last 9 months. Because of they didn't refuse to use Azerbaijani border checkpoints. So I believe that most of the people, they would love to go back and visit their relatives in Armenia. But I believe that after some time, they are going to come back.
These talks now taking place in Brussels, do you think they're a solid step towards some kind of a resolution? And considering that, who do you think is the best mediator in this, Russia or the European Union?
Well, Azerbaijan always called European Union as the honest broker, and they believe that the track one dialogue process should take place there, but also Russia is on the ground. So that is why whenever it's about the Karabakh Armenians, the mediating power status is with Russia, because Russia can do all this, negotiation process with the Karabakh Armenians, and the many agreements on the ground they are reached thanks to the Russian troops on the ground. But overall, for the track one process, I believe that Baku prefers EU, Brussels, because it was the EU platform where Pashinyan very first time recognized Karabakh as part of Azerbaijan. So I believe that Baku wants to go on with this. So that's why it's considered as a successful platform for the track one process.
Ahmad Alili, thanks very much indeed for joining us this evening on TRT World.